Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. The time is 2:01 p.m. This is our weekly business meeting. Officially calling this meeting to order, attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Fillios. And I'm going to ask Lieutenant Higgins, would you please lead us in the pledge? United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, then. Can we move on to the consent calendar, please?
Yes, not on. I move that we approve the consent calendar as listed on our business meeting agenda for March 30th, 2021.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Payables list, please.
I move that we approve the payables for the week of March 22nd through the 26th, 2021 in the amount of $812,540.55 and jury panel payments in the amount of $7,730.24.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion carried. Any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. First action item, public hearing, reimbursement of Title III funds for KCSO. Who's leading us here? Oh, Lieutenant Higgins, please come
Yes.
forward.
This is Lieutenant Higgins for the record. This is a request to transfer money from the Title III account into the Sheriff's Title III account so we can use it for some projects and support the search and rescue efforts that are going on. Currently, the service dates are January 1st of 2020 to December 31st of 2020. Total amounts requested are $39,807.47. That's for search and rescue services, emergency service calls, and training related to search and rescue operations. Currently, however, there's only $28,349.58 left in the Title III Trust Fund, and so we would zero that out, and those funds would no longer be available.
Okay.
And are we not going to be receiving Title III funds?
I talked to Julina, and maybe she can provide some insight on this, but it sounds like that's a legislative thing that needs to be corrected or done. I don't think we can take them anymore, but she would probably have more information on that.
Okay. Any questions for Lieutenant Higgins? Anyone to come forward to testify for or against? Since this is a public hearing. Hearing none, is there a motion to, I guess, deliberate?
Well, I'll close public testimony and enter into deliberations.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye. Questions, deliberations, thoughts? Okay, none.
Nope,
Motion.
straightforward. I move that we approve the reimbursement of Title III funds in the amount of $39,807.47. However, there's only $28,349.58 in the account, which will now zero it out.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you, Lieutenant Higgins. Second item, termination of lease, AAL-2017-800 for Party of Davalu at the airport. Stephen.
Commissioner Stevens, for the record, I have two or three complaints.
Okay, so you're terminating a lease and establishing a new ground lease, which would be AAL 2021-500 for the Party Rita Revocable Trust. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Anything to add?
This is a lease.
Go ahead.
Lease termination for the 207-17-800, and then the new lease will be the Rita Revocable Trust for the amount of $3,203.20 per year, and it's at the current rate.
Okay. Do you want to motion that one?
Sure, I move that we approve the termination of lease AAL 2017-800 and approve the ground lease AAL 2021500.
Second?
Thank you.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motions are carried. That takes care of items 2 and 3. Item number 4, consent to sublease CDA Jet Center to No Limits Aviation, Inc. at the airport. Stephen?
Commissioner Stinker, of the record, this is a consent to sublease. This is following our standard consent to sublease form from CDA Jet Center to No Limits Aviation. And they are both commercial leases, so we issue there. Modification required to be leases.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, Stephen, you're really low volume.
Yeah.
So my understanding is there's no change to the other No Limits Aviation leases that we've already approved. Is that correct?
Yep, there's no change, nothing changes with those. They're just leasing the old Southfield
Oh,
facility.
Is that microphone even on?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
Doesn't look like it's on. There we go, now try it.
Okay, I move that we approve the consent to sublease between CDA Jet Center and No Limits Aviation at the airport.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item number 5, grant agreement COE-NMG-3-16-0010-051-2021 Airport Coronavirus Relief Grant Program from the FAA at the airport. Stephen?
Commissioner Stephen Kierkegaard, again for the record, this is for accepting the $23,000 in airport coronavirus grant relief program. It is was the submittal that you approved last week. It is just the grant agreement approval.
This is the surprise. This is the bluebird that we got from Senator Crapo's office. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. You want to take that?
Sure, I move that we approve the grant agreement, COE-NMG-3-16-0010-051-2021,
Second?
the Airport Coronavirus Relief Grant Program.
I'll second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion carried. Item 6, professional services agreement with for the wildfire workshop with Welch Resources, Office of Emergency Management. Tiffany?
Tiffany Westbrook for the record. The professional service agreement is for help with the facilitation and development of a wildfire workshop. It will be paid through from our FHST funding. We budget for projects like these yearly as we're required to hold training exercises for the county.
Okay, motion.
I move that we approve the professional services agreement for the wildfire workshop with Welsh Resources.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item number 7, proposed program of projects for fiscal year 22 for Kootenai County Transportation Resource Management Office. Kim?
Yes, Kim Riley for the record. Before you, we have our proposed program of projects, which is our allocation of our FY21 apportionment of federal funds, which is 5307 funds, which fund our public transportation system. We were able to use CARES Act funding to fund much of our operations from March 1, 2020 through December 30, 2020. Therefore, we are not scheduling funding for operations for the most part with this apportionment. We will instead bank these dollars for future capital, mainly being buses. We're also banking dollars for a future maintenance facility possibly, several other capital projects. So this is our proposal in the blue section there. I don't know if it's color-coded, your first section to the left. We would utilize $697,310
Yep.
for operations, and we would bank the remainder for future capital.
Okay. When you say the remainder, is that the difference between this figure and the 4 million, Kim?
Yes, our apportionment is $1,608,453. we're going to utilize 697, 310, and so we would bank the remainder, 911, 143.
Okay, got it. Bill?
Yeah, I move that we approve the proposed program project FY '22, Kootenai County Transportation and RMO.
Second?
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item number 8, grant application for the off-highway vehicle program of the Idaho Sheriff's Association. Once again, our Resource Management Office, but it's Lieutenant Higgins.
Correct, Lieutenant Higgins for the record. This is a grant through the Idaho Sheriff's Association. It's an annual grant. It doesn't require any match from the Sheriff's Office or the county. We're asking for some equipment totaling $4,514.93 will be used by our backcountry deputies. Chainsaws, ATV ramps, and some equipment for the ATVs.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the grant application for the off-highway vehicle equipment with the Idaho Sheriff's Association.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion's carried. Item number 8, grant application. Oh, we just did that. Sorry about that. Item number 9, third-party plan review agreement with Wildan Engineering Community Development Director David Callahan.
Commissioners, you'll recall this is fulfilling something that members of our building community have requested, where they could go directly to one of our 3 consultants and have them review building plans. It should cut a significant amount of review time out of the process. And Pat has reviewed this contract and believes it's ready for your signature. I will ask that in any motion you make that you give me authority to initial on the county's behalf when we get these third parties come through, so that I don't have to come back to you each time every one of these comes before us. Because this is going to be a blanket that Wildan will use with the builders. Okay.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah, I move that we approve the third-party plan review agreement with Wildan Engineering and Community Development, and further authorize Director Callahan to sign off on these as they come before him.
Second?
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item number 10, ratified jail medical contract, notice of termination, KCSO. Is that Captain Deak?
Yes, Commissioners, good afternoon. Captain Andy Deak for the record. This is a continuation of the March 22nd status update, in which the item was agendized and the board made a decision to follow through with recommendation from the jail administration for a 90-day notification of a cancellation of our contract with Correctional Health Partners. And we're looking to confirm that decision today at the business meeting.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we ratify and approve the notice of termination for the medical jail contract.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item number 11, award the weapon and badge and ID card for the retirement of Deputy Gordon, KCSO, and this is Lieutenant Higgins.
Lieutenant Higgins for the record. Deputy Gordon's been with the agency for 19 years, and they're going to retire, and so we would like to provide them with their weapon and badge and ID as normal process or normal procedure. Somebody that's given this much time.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve, oh, sorry, Bill, this one was yours. You're good.
Well, it's all right.
Okay, award the weapon and badge and ID card for Deputy Gordon upon his retirement.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion's carried. Item number 12, approve the replacement of 2 water heaters, 1 storage tank for juvenile detention, buildings and grounds. Greg?
We're replacing 2 20-year-old water heaters and a tank out of the juvenile detention center. The price is $19,875. It's about $4,000 to $5,000 cheaper than their lowest
And 5-year?
Five-year
or-
plan.
Perfect.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the replacement of 2 water heaters and 1 storage tank at juvenile detention.
Second?
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and motion's carried. I think we'll do 13 and 14 together, and that's the approval of seal coating and striping for a juvenile detention parking lot and the jail parking lot at KCSO, both sponsored by our Buildings and Grounds.
The first one for the JDC is 5475, and that parking lot's in pretty bad shape, so it's gotta be done. And then the other one's for the auto sally and the driveway out of the jail, 7270, and those are gonna be 8517, 5-year plan.
Okay.
Great.
Motion.
I move that we approve the seal coating and striping for both juvenile detention parking lot and jail parking lot with PSP Enterprises.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion's carried. We'll take 15 and 16 together. Resolutions 2021-25 and -26 to classify and destroy respectively records for county assistance.
Shelley Amos for the record. We are coming before you again to go through records that have met their statutory retention period and to have those classified and then permission to destroy those in lieu of keeping those items as we carry over to a different system for our electronic records.
Okay, motion.
I move that we approve the resolution 2021-25 to classify records and resolution 2021-26 to destroy records.
Second?
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 17, Resolution 2021-30, assigned fund balance for 2021. Our auditor?
Well, somehow Dina and I had the wrong year on the brain because apparently we misspoke when it was on the agenda before. So I move that we approve Resolution 2021-30, which is the assigned fund balance for 2021.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Combining items 18 and 19, Resolutions 2021-35 and -36 to classify and destroy records for the Board of Community Guardians. Do you want to?
Mr. Levine, are you on the line? He may not be.
Yeah, so this is coming before the board now. The records were actually classified, and then now they're coming forward for destruction. So the 2 resolutions were prepared, and it's just per Idaho code.
Okay. So that's the motion?
Oh, well, that was the explanation, but if you want to turn it into a motion, that's
Yeah.
fine. I move that we
Go ahead.
classify and destroy per resolutions 2021-35, 2021-36.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, motion carried. Final item, Resolution 2021-37, Kootenai County Waterways Ordinance Amendment for the Spokane River No-Wake Zone. Once again, Lieutenant Higgins for our Sheriff's Organization.
This is a request to amend the current no-wake zone at the mouth of the Spokane River. Right now, it stops right about the end of the wastewater treatment plant. We want to move that 300 feet downstream from the 95 bridge. A couple reasons for that. One is the new public docks that are going in by the Harbor Center. That's going to cause a congestion there. Plus, the 95 bridge is technically a no-wake zone by definition. So let's alleviate the issue, move it 300 feet downstream, and makes room for any expansion that ITP may or may not have with the 95 bridge in the future. And it'll just make the area a little bit safer.
Okay. Any questions for Lieutenant Higgins? Okay, motion.
I move that we approve resolution 2021-37, Kootenai County Waterways Ordinance Amendment.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Fillios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Public comment? Hearing none. The time is 2:22. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.